Everything is a vibration first. And what you do is you tune your frequency so you are the interpreter of the vibration. So, there is this vortex of creation of all kinds of things that I want. And this one particular one that I'm focused in opposition to right now is giving me grief because I'm feeling a lot of negative emotion over I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it's not coming. I want it, but it hasn't been coming. They've got it. They've got it. They've got it. Hate them, hate them, hate them. I want it, but it's not coming. But now I'm going to start molding the clay because I understand now how this creative universe is working. And so I know that this negative emotion is my indicator that I'm not in the vibrational vicinity of this thing that I want. So I'm going to try to find thoughts that soothe my vibration. I'm looking for thoughts that give me relief. But the more I think about the specifics about what I want, the more I notice that what I want isn't. So I have to get general about it. I have to say things to myself like, this too is on its way to me. Or this thing that I do not want is passing. Or things are working out for me. Or that there are some things that are going to come into place before I actually see it. Or those others that have had the excitement of the manifestation of that were at one time very likely right where I'm standing. This is the process. So I soothe myself in my physical format. I soothe myself and I feel better about it. And in that moment, I raised my vibration deliberately. And because I raised my vibration deliberately, I have a new set point, which means I have a new vibrational relationship to what's in my vortex, which means now a different set of circumstances are going to reveal themselves to me because I've shifted my vibration in relationship to what I want. You see how it works? In the beginning, we said, want it and believe it, and it is. And if you could have just received that, you would have lived happily ever after. Then we began to explain that it's all right for you to know what you don't want, and that it is in knowing what you don't want that you are even able to identify what you do want.
Yes.
We began saying to you that you are the creator of your own reality. Jerry is pressing us. He says one day, in a very small group of people sitting in the living room in Texas, Abraham, are there basic laws? Like we have laws of gravity. Are there laws that are always consistent? And it was that day that we explained about the law of attraction. That whatever you've got going on vibrationally is coming to you. If you find yourself, and Jerry and Esther have heard themselves saying this a little bit in the last months, now what? Now what? In other words, now what? What is life going to solicit from us now? Now what? Now what? Because dreams that we've held for a very long time are now manifested. Now what? Now what? Now what? What deeper, richer, more meaningful desires can be born? What desires can hatch to which we can find alignment that will cause a manifestation that will be over the moon thrilling, you see? And that's the thing that we want you to realize is available to you all day, every day. You are expansive, deliberate, genius creators. But we can only apply the deliberate word when and if, when and if, when and if, when. We can only apply the deliberate word when you care how you feel as much as we care how we feel. Occasionally over the years, Esther has said, Abraham, I'm not in a good place. And I now understand that this negative emotion that I'm feeling means that I have caused a vibrational resistance, separation's too strong a word, between where you are and where I am. So if you were any kind of a friend or inner being or angel or God force, if you were half what you are cracked up to be, you would come over here where I am and hold my hand until I feel better. And we say, you're kidding, right? You want us to leave the vortex so that we can help you back in? How could that possibly work? Your only chance of feeling good is to know that we're here and feel for us. That's what your emotions are. Your emotions are your indicator of your success or lack of success, of aligning with who you really are or not. Are you getting this? So you cause the expansion of the source within you, and then the source within you holds steady the vibration, holding bright the light, holding bright the signal, holding bright the feeling, knowing the well-being that you've added and added and added and added so that you can feel your way into alignment because That's what rings your bells. There are a lot of people who are in outright rebellion against status quo because they can feel the momentum of all of this. The book that we are writing right now is called The Spiritual Revolution. Revolution, the spiritual revolution. We may ask them to cross the R off and call it spiritual evolution revolution because they're one and the same. In other words, there is no evolution without some revolt. And there is no revolt without knowing what you don't want. And when you know what you don't want, you launch rockets about what you do want. And then some like you, what a beautiful monkey you are, some like you find alignment with it and know it so clearly that you don't take no for an answer. You don't argue for limitations anymore. You don't try to explain that it can't be explained in that way. You're willing to jump the scientific gulf. You're willing to stand in the place of faith because you know about the laws of the universe, and that's enough of a bridge for you. And when that happens, then a paradigm shift is what is experienced and is what's being experienced. You all knew when you came that this was a time of awakening, and we would like to say really the time of reawakening. But it doesn't mean that there needs to be upheaval. It doesn't mean that your world needs, as you know, it needs to come to an end. It's an evolving thing. It's a raising the water and going and raising the water and going. And it's only those who stand so determined to hold the status quo, that fear the change, that begin telling you that the sky is falling. And we promise you the sky is not falling. It's a stable world that you live in. You live in a stable economic world. You live in a stable ecological world. You live in a stable vibrational world. You are eternal beings, and this will be your place of powerful, deliberate creating, source energy creating for a very long time. These are wonderful times. Thank you. What could possibly be left undone? Really? Really? There is something left undone?